Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your Beaver, MillennialStacker, and today there's a lot to talk about with the markets. So before I start, I also want to say, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Only 6% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. If we could bring that number up, that would be awesome. Everyone's staring at oil right now, and I completely understand why. Nord Stream 2 has been shut down. There's been the attack on the Canadian pipeline. Then we have a prime minister here who doesn't want to unlock these oil reserves, and he's actually been out protesting our pipelines, saying how wrong and immoral they are. So I highly doubt that that's going to get fixed anytime soon. It's going to take some convincing to tell Canadians to sell oil to Europe. Canadians don't want to sell oil. They want to export anything dirty, they want it done somewhere else. That's the mentality right now from our leadership. Because then they could say, hey, I never did any oil drilling, I never did this, I never did that, I'm green. I was only importing other places' oil. Instead, you have egregious human rights history, and also people who are using oil to fund really awful causes. That's where you gotta skate away from oil. You gotta move away from that. It's high, and it's in a really bad spot right now. But personally, I'm looking at exiting my WCP position. I'm not looking to add more. I'm trying to skate to where the puck is going to be, and this is one of those opportunities where you can take a real nice amount of profit and put it somewhere else where the party's going to get started. That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, what I'm thinking is with oil, what is oil going to lead to? Where's that going to go? Everyone kind of already knows gold and silver is, but I feel like the puck is starting to move to the gold and silver also. Premiums are ridiculous. And everyone kind of had to make the decision, and I'm not veering from my decision about, like, with the silver squeeze. It kind of forced me, what that had done to me is it forced me to make the decision, when is too much to pay for silver? Silver is not going to be underpriced forever. What amount is too much to pay? It forced me to make that decision. And I decided $25 an ounce. Why? Because it seemed like an appropriate number with the amount of everything going on today. It's like oil. How much of the oil markets are going up because of oil futures contracts? But people are investing in the real commodity because they think, hey, all this demand for oil. It's not the demand that's gone way up. Well, demand has gone up because of futures contracts and stuff like that, but it's going to say the demand is normal, it's the supply that has had a major shock to it. That's what's happened. Now people want to add more demand to something that's had a major supply shock. Crazy. So you gotta always wonder with these commodity rises and everything, how much of this is real, how much of this is fake? If we have everyone in the markets, we all know how many derivatives there are for silver, so if everyone's going long in the markets on silver, but nobody's buying the real, actual physical silver, price goes up. More money going into one asset causes that asset to go up, period. That's just the way things work. That's why when we're talking about governments putting more money into things like housing, that's only going to make it less affordable because it's only going to drive prices up, because more money demanding the same amount of goods, prices go up. This is literally one of the very few economic equations that this is 100% the way it works. Supply and demand. You add supply, prices go down. You reduce supply, prices go up. You add demand, prices go up. You decrease demand, prices go down. And we all gotta bring some of these crazy times back into common sense. We can't think emotionally. There's a lot going on. It's very, very easy to get emotional over everything going on in the world today. Not knocking you if that is what you have been doing, but it's just bring it back to reality. This emotional idealism and everything, that's what got us here in the first place, for Canada at the very least. The emotional idealism, the saying, we're woke, we don't need to produce oil, we're gonna import it from Saudi Arabia, Russia, like, oh my goodness, we have all these resources, why don't we use them? Why are we supporting other people? Why not support ourselves? Why not be independent? Why not walk on our own 2 feet instead of needing them to push our wheelchair? I just don't get it. That's why I'm just focusing on, if I don't understand something, I just stay away from it. That's my personal point of view. I don't fully understand how much volume and everything is going on with the oil contract, so I'm speculating it's a lot of volume in oil contracts. A lot of oil futures are being sold. I'm staying away from it. Commodities are rising, but I'm seeing share prices really far below where they started crashing just because of Evergrande last year. That's where I'm putting my money. Those share prices, yeah, they're going up, but they haven't even recovered yet from the Evergrande. And they had great earnings. Their earnings were better than the previous quarter, so I just don't understand. Why put your money where everyone's skating, where everyone's focusing? Why not move to where the puck is going to be? Wayne Gretzky, that's the man right there. Best investing advice ever. You don't skate to where the puck is, you skate to where the puck is going. Now when he said that, I took that information to heart, I took that saying to heart, and I took it very, very seriously in many aspects of life. And the guy's a genius. Wayne Gretzky, he gave me my investing advice that's really panning out amazing right now. You skate to where the puck is gonna go. Buying commodities or commodity producers while all the commodities are high might not be the wisest. Yeah, I know I'm buying Rio Tinto right now, but that still the share price hasn't recovered. The commodities, maybe they have, but it's going to take some time for the share price to grow. I think it's going to be a short window of opportunity to get in on the Rio Tinto, but I got in through that window. And I wouldn't mind getting some more before the dividend, but I'm looking at the budget, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm going to hold off, keep some cash. I don't want to go down to zero cash or anything like that. It's always another opportunity. I have zero fear of missing out because there's always another opportunity. You just need to find it. Thinking about things I can control with all of this, that's really what helps bring peace of mind. What can you control? What can be controlled? What businesses can control their future? That's where I put my money right now. I put my money into places where the CEOs have control over their company's future. When the CEOs no longer have control over their company's futures, I really pull my money out of that position. I just don't see that as a wise state to be in for a company. Just my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to know all of your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to know what you're doing right now. There's a lot going on, and I feel like a lot of people are giving very, very misguided information. I'm not trying to guide you. I'm just trying to say what I'm doing, what my strategy is. You got to come to your own conclusions, make your own strategy. I'm not going to guide you through every single step. That's not the way life works. And if you make a purchase because some random beaver on the internet, not even a financial beaver, just a random beaver on the internet says, hey, I'm buying this, all that's meant to do is make it to pique your interest so you do research and come to your own conclusion. It's not meant to say you should buy it. Nothing anyone ever buys is going to be all winning, including myself. Rio Tinto, there's a lot of people who probably didn't like me saying, hey, I'm buying it at the start, because I was down almost 20% of my initial investment. But what did I do? I kept buying and buying and buying and buying and buying because it just made sense that this is where the money will move to. So I kept sticking to the strategy, kept buying and buying and buying, and it panned out pretty well. But buying while things are low, not while things are high, skating to where the puck is going, not to where the puck is going to be, that's really going to work out. And I always hear everyone saying, buy the crypto dip, and everything like that. And here's my thing about crypto and why I can't. I'm not bashing it, I'm just answering everyone's questions on why not get into it. It's easy profits or whatever. I see it as a greater fool theory. You buy it, anticipating a bigger fool than yourself to come along and buy it at a higher price from you. And everyone getting involved, to me it's just that greater fool theory. One fool comes in, buys something that doesn't have real value, then they hope another fool comes by to buy it at a higher price. And that's that greater fool theory, and I stay away from those assets. You could call the same thing about gold and silver, but I say there's a real supply and demand with gold and silver, and they need to be used for real things. And a lot of those real things are mandated by law. Very different situation. And there's always something to trade instead of a digital asset, instead of paper, instead of polymer, instead of cotton. Just my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to know all of your thoughts and opinions. I know it's a bit much for today, but there's a lot going on in the world today. It's been a while since I made a video on like gold and silver and investing and stuff, probably over a month. It's good to talk to you, good to say hi, and try to make videos more regularly moving forward. There's a lot going on in my life. But stay positive. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.